Hi, how to manage stress and overwhelm without burning out. Have you ever looked at your calendar and felt exhausted before the day even began? Maybe you are leading a team, supporting your family, responding to endless messages, making critical decisions, and somewhere along the way, you have forgotten what it feels like to simply breathe. Here's something I hear from women leaders almost every week. I'm not unhappy, I'm just tired. Not physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. If that sounds familiar, this conversation is for you. Because today we are not talking about time management. We are talking about something much deeper, emotional energy management. Because burnout doesn't happen because we work hard. Burnout happens because we carry emotional weight that we never put down, really. And here's the beautiful truth: you can be ambitious without being exhausted. You can be successful without sacrificing yourself. Hi, I'm Mridula Sankhyayan, and more than 35 years of coaching leaders across organizations from boardrooms to emerging leaders. Throughout my journey as a corporate executive, entrepreneur, a single mom, I have learned one powerful lesson. The strongest leaders are not the ones who can handle the most stress. They are the ones who know how to recover faster. Today, I'll share 4 emotional intelligence strategies that have transformed leadership time and again. The foundation: what emotional intelligence really means. When people hear emotional intelligence, they often think it means being nice. It doesn't. It means understanding what's happening inside you because it begins by controlling your behavior. Daniel Goleman describes it through 5 core capacities: self awareness, self regulation, motivation, empathy, and relationship management. Notice something: every one of this becomes with self. Because you cannot lead others if your own inner world is in chaos. And neuroscience is beginning to explain why. Recent research by the American Psychological Association continues to show that chronic stress narrows attention, weakens working memory, and makes us reactive rather than proactive. We are constantly overwhelmed. The brain shifts into fighting mode, which in a survival mode. And you are not becoming a worse leader. Your nervous system is simply asking for support. And that realization itself is extremely freeing. I'd love to share a story here from my own corporate journey. Perhaps the period where I was juggling a lot with extended responsibilities, raising my children, trying to put everything together, looking after my parents, and I thought I could do it all. What was happening externally? And what was happening internally? And what finally made me realize that constant coping isn't the same as truly living and enjoying life. I'll share a real situation. One time I had many things going on all at once, and I was feeling really overwhelmed. When my manager came up with an additional task, and usually I would have just said, okay, I'll get it done. But this time I said to her, look, I already am working on these 5 priorities, and the deadline is just in 2 days. Which of these would you like me to deprioritize for a couple of days so that I can adjust this and accommodate this one? And when I showed her my list, she actually looked at it and I said, by the way, this particular item, you could give it to me next week. And that gave me such a breather to accommodate new things while still coping with all the rest. So, pushing back, and actually it was not even a pushback, it was just talking to her clearly about what I have on my plate and ask her to help me prioritize, really worked for me. And that was pushing back, saying no gently. So emotional literacy, when we talk about it, the first strategy is name it to tame it. Let me ask you something. How often do you simply say, I'm stressed? But stress is rarely just stress. Perhaps you are disappointed, or you are anxious. Perhaps you are grieving an expectation that wasn't fulfilled. Research from University of California, LA, has shown that putting feelings into words and labeling them actually helps the brain to understand what exactly it is, lessening the stress, therefore. And emotional vocabulary becomes extremely critical. I'm stressed. Try asking, what exactly am I feeling? Is it overwhelm? Is it frustration? Is it invisibility, loneliness, disappointment? What is the emotion? And then you detach yourself from that emotion. You stop becoming the emotion. One simple question changed my life. What is the emotion I'm trying to protect? Fear protects, anger protects, sadness protects. Listen before you judge. Strategy 2. Boundaries are an act of leadership. For years I believed saying yes made me valuable, until I discovered every unnecessary yes was actually a no to my own purpose and peace. Women especially are conditioned to be available, helpful, reliable, responsive. But here's what I've learned. Every leader teaches people how to treat them. If you are answering emails at midnight, people assume you're always available. If you never say no, people assume you have unlimited capacity. Healthy boundaries aren't selfish, they are leadership. One phrase I use often is, I'd love to help. Let me check my current commitments before I say yes. Notice it's respectful, it's honest, and it protects your energy and time. In one of my experiences, I'd like to share a moment when saying yes led to exhaustion. Perhaps when saying no respectfully actually earned me more respect than anything else. These stories are deeply self-reflective, and if we are able to use them, they go a long way. The power of mindful pause. One of my greatest teachers, Acharya Sri Shivam, often reminds us that peace isn't something we create. It's something we uncover when the noise settles. We often believe we need a week-long vacation to feel better, but your nervous system doesn't always need a holiday. Sometimes it simply needs 30 seconds. Here's a beautiful Zen-inspired practice I invite you to try several times a day. I call it the 3-breath arrival. Wherever you are, pause, feel both feet touching the ground, take one slow breath and silently say, I have arrived. Take another breath and notice the sensation in your body without trying to change it. Perhaps tension in your shoulders, warmth in your hands, the rhythm of your heartbeat. Then take a third breath and ask yourself, what matters most in this moment? That's it. 3 breaths, less than 30 seconds. Yet it interrupts autopilot and brings you back to the present moment. In Zen, there is a saying, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. When talking, talk. Presence is one of the greatest antidotes to overwhelm. And the 4th strategy, delegate and say no gracefully. Here's something many highly achieving women tell me. It is easier if I just do it myself. Maybe, but easier isn't always wiser. Leadership isn't about proving your capability. You have done this for many years. It's about multiplying capability in others. Delegation isn't losing control, it's creating trust. And when you need to decline something, try this framework. Appreciate. Thank you for thinking of me. State your reality. My priorities are committed right now. My calendar is blocked. Offer an alternate solution. Can we revisit this next month? Or perhaps someone else on the team would be a better fit to take care of this. Notice, no guilt, no over-explaining, just clarity with kindness. So I want to leave you with one thought. Stress isn't always a sign that you are doing too much. Sometimes stress simply means it's a sign you are carrying too much emotionally. The expectations, the perfectionism, the guilt, the belief that you have to hold everything together. Well, you don't. That's the good news. The strongest leaders I know aren't the busiest. They are the most grounded, and grounding begins with one simple choice: choosing yourself. Not instead of your leadership, but for your leadership. Because when your inner world is calm, your outer leadership naturally becomes more flowering and more powerful. I'd love to hear from you. What's your go-to strategy for managing stress? Share it in the comments, like this video and share it forward, and subscribe to my channel. Your experience may be exactly what another person needs to hear today. And if you would like to practically exercise this, help you regulate emotions during conversations, moments, overwhelm, and high pressure situations, I've created an Inner CEO Launchpad program. DM me so I can share the link with you if you would like to join. If this video helped you, please subscribe, like, and share it, and maybe pass it on the good word to somebody else. Remember, the goal isn't to do more, it is to become present, because that's where your real leadership begins. And I'll see you in the next video.